What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Demons Behind Me radio show. It's Monday night. It is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We're here every Monday sharing stories of hope, inspiration, recovery, motivation, all that good stuff, leaving the demons behind you. And this week we have a very special guest, a friend of mine from Nashville, Tennessee, great musician, and also served us in the military for several years. He's going to talk about both of those and talk about the demons that come with that. So stay tuned. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Demons Behind Me radio show. We are all here recovering from our Thanksgiving food comas as we speak. I'm still halfway dead. I just woke up from a nap. I'm an old man, so I take naps daily. But I'm joined by, as always, my partners in crime. I got Chris and Jim here. How you guys doing? How's Thanksgiving? Everything good?
Doing good. Gotta go spend some good time with the family. Need to hit the treadmill pretty hard the rest of the week.
Yeah, man. Tryptophan's no joke.
Tryptophan will put you to sleep.
Night.
I can blame it on that now, but every other day I'm like, I'm just lazy, I guess. I just take that.
Tryptophan.
Yeah, okay.
Lasts for a couple months.
Oh, it lasts for a couple months?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I have turkey like every couple months, so I'm going to blame it on that. So, what's going on? I hope you guys took advantage of our sale. We got 4 hours left here on our sale, kind of a Black Friday, Thanksgiving kind of thing. What do we got going on there, Mr. Jim?
Yeah, man. Cyber Monday, 4 hours left till midnight tonight. Take 40% off the entire website, so definitely get to demonsbehindme.com. Again, everything in the site is 40% off, either for yourself. It's okay to buy for yourself now, right?
I buy for myself all the time, probably more than I should, but yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
But what a great gift of inspiration and hope to give to somebody else this holiday season too. So definitely check it out, demonsbehindme.com.
Yeah, very, 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 very cool. Check it out. And as promised, before we went to the commercial break, we were joined by my friend Mike Allen, who, as I said, is up in Nashville. He's a fantastic musician, and something that I learned about him. As I said, he served our country. So first and foremost, we want to thank him for that, for taking care of us and keeping our freedom safe. And welcome to the show, Mike. It's the Demons Behind Me radio show.
Thanks for having me out, guys, man. It's super good to talk to you guys, especially right before the holiday season. Just super, super grateful this year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that stuff. We were talking the other day. How's the weather up there? Is it cold still?
It's getting pretty cold. Yeah, I'm going to go out to a concert tonight at the Bridgestone Arena, so pretty excited for that. Going to bundle up.
Yeah, we were texting the other day, and you were saying how cold it was. I was like, yeah, it's 55 here. It's freezing.
Cold for Florida. I miss Florida, though. I definitely miss Cats Beach.
Yeah, hashtag Florida problems.
Hashtag Florida problems, yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So toward the end of the show, we're gonna play your new song that you sent me. We're gonna close the show out with that. But what's going on musically with you? What are you up to these days?
Trying to get a lot of stuff recorded. I've been writing a lot here lately. Writing a lot with people around this town. It's crazy that if you go out to eat here, your server is probably a musician, and the bartender is probably in his band. So. There's a lot of people here to write with. It's a great creative place, and I spend a lot of my time downtown writing at ASCAP and then writing at my house. Got a little bit of a home studio here, but just trying to write as much as possible, give people some music. I'm just now getting to where I'm releasing as much as I possibly can, and trying to get a band together. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, Nashville's an interesting scene. You can do your own thing, or there's also a huge market of people who just write for other people, because as a musician, I know most of the country people don't write their own stuff. It's written by other people. So it's an interesting place where you want to go and take it. And I've been to open mics there before and just little showcases, and the talent there is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's incredible. Especially if you're from out of town and you want to come in to hear some music. Broadway and Second Avenue have just a whole line of probably 30, 40, 50 bars. I think it's actually a couple hundred bars in like 4 or 5 blocks, but it's so many rider style rounds, and they have riders rounds just about every day of the week here. So if you really want to get out there, and I actually like going to some of the riders rounds and actually just meeting new riders that way. You know, I really listen for the people whose songs catch my ear, and then I'll approach them afterwards sometimes and just say what's up. And 9 times out of 10, I usually end up riding something with them. So yeah, it's a great town for that. It really is. I've always wanted to go out to California, out to LA, and experience that too. But I'm glad that I was raised here, and I grew up in the music business basically because of my father. He had a #1 by John Michael Montgomery, and he rode downtown for BMI, and just he ran a studio down here for a while and managed one. So I kind of grew up getting to experience all that. You know, not until I was really older did I really kind of make it a dream of mine too.
Yo, are you writing for other people now? You mentioned ASCAP. Are you writing for ASCAP or just writing for yourself?
Just writing for myself, basically.
Okay.
They're just my PRO. But yeah, no, I'm still just writing for myself. Really, I had that Saliva song Breakdown. I hope everybody checks that out because they're amazing bands and friends of yours and ours, and so it was really cool to have it cut by them, especially a local jazz artist.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, they're almost a Jacksonville band now. It's funny how that happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, very cool band, very cool band. Well, we want to get a little bit into your story. That's what this show's all about. Obviously, we want to promote your music, and we will continue to do that. Everybody, check out Mike Allen, all the social media networks, also on YouTube. But let's talk a little bit about your story. I know, like I said, I figured out later, actually when I first met you through our mutual friend Nolan, who's having a lot of success in Nashville with writing for other people. He told me just a little bit, you know, that you had served in the military and stuff like that, and you were this new songwriter coming up, and I met you. We were playing a show together here in Jacksonville. But yeah, I really didn't get too deep into it, but we support veterans and you know, people coming back and support the military. Obviously, we deal with a lot of charities like that. So, how about you tell us a little bit of just, you know, how you got in the military and that sort of, just tell us a little bit about your story with that.
For sure, man. Well, I graduated high school about a year early, and ended up going to school down at MTSU down in Murfreesboro, Middle Tennessee State, and 9/11 had just happened, and so I went through a semester of school and decided that I would join the Marine Corps, and so joined the Marines, and I guess less than a year later was shipped out to Iraq, and we were the first Marines in Fallujah. It was pretty rough. I lost a few buddies, and it was a pretty eye-opening experience. But so I got back from Iraq, and about a year or so after I got back from Iraq, I had bought a motorcycle and ended up breaking my neck and my back on the motorcycle. And so I had about a 6 or 7 year period after that where things were just really tough. I dealt with my broken neck and back and my service time and all that kind of in the wrong way. And so about 5 years ago actually, I was going through some things with the VA, and they kind of give me a last option to do these ECT treatments where they kind of shock your brain to relieve the part that feels depression, PTSD, and stuff like that. And each 3 times that they did it, they basically woke me up while they were shocking me, and so it was pretty crazy. After that, they said really the only thing that was left to do would be to go to a PTSD clinic, and so I went to a PTSD clinic, and really honestly just submitting to going to that changed my life. Nolan, actually I've known Nolan for about 12 or 13 years, but he got me doing this thing where I wake up every morning and I do, as soon as my eyes open, I do a gratitude list of 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I started doing that every morning, and after 30, 40 days of doing that, it kind of becomes a habit, and it's kind of crazy. I hit my knees, I pray, I get up, I do my gratitude list, and it's really changed my mindset 180 degrees the other direction.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Especially, you know, with the holiday season here, I do morning posts on our Facebook, and a lot of what I do is telling people, to be thankful for what you have. You may not be where you want to be yet. You may be striving to get somewhere, and sometimes that can take over you being happy with what you have at the exact moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's great, man. That's great. Yeah, I can only imagine going over there, like you said, and losing friends. So yeah, my heart goes out to you for that, for sure. But yeah, I can only
Yeah.
imagine what that's like. Um, coming back now. Did you? Obviously you said you got PTSD. Did you struggle? Did drugs or alcohol or anything come into the mix to cope with that, or?
Well, I ended up breaking my neck and my back, and so I had really no experience anything in that area, and then all of a sudden I have a doctor giving me pain pills, and so that kind of was a big thing. It kind of controlled my life for 6 or 7 years, and it just seemed like a path that I wouldn't get off of. It seemed like so close but so far away, and so I had went through a couple of treatment facilities, Cumberland Heights in Nashville. It's the most amazing place on earth. But so I had went through a couple of those and got a little sobriety, and then I just felt like I was missing something, And so Nolan just asked me to hit my knees, pray, do this gratitude list. And at first, I didn't really want to even give it a shot, honestly. And so he made me get a calendar and write it down and mark off every day that I did it. And so I did that, man. And honestly, it's crazy. About 34 days into it, it's a habit that I definitely recommend everyone get. As soon as I open my eyes, I hit my knees, pray, and then I wish a few people happiness. People either that are bothering my life or people that I feel like just need a little encouragement. I'll send them some good vibes. Be thankful for what I got. Thankful for the guidance and direction that I've been getting, and I just keep doing it every day, and it's been working. It's been a thing that I do every morning as soon as my eyes open for probably 4.5 years now.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I went to summer camp at Cumberland myself. Yeah, I call it 30-day summer camp. Wasn't what
shorts and flip flops.
Yeah, wasn't what I expected. It wasn't horseback riding and massages. I can tell you that. It's pretty real up there. But a lot of people have been through there. But yeah, that's I agree with you. And going back to my post in the morning, that's part of the reason I do those too. It helps me too. To spreading that positivity and helping others. It gets you out of your own head and you're focusing on somebody else and take a little break from focusing on yourself. So I agree with the morning thing. It's very important.
For sure, man. Yeah, music and the gratitude list. They're two of the things at the top. I always start my gratitude list out with my health and my freedom because, I didn't wake up in a hospital today. I didn't wake up in jail. And, God knows we could probably all end up there someday, both of those. But I'm just grateful that I feel it's good today and that I feel like I'm spiritually and mentally just owning it now. It's just a different place in my life, and it's a really good place to be, especially with music. I'm writing happy songs now. They're not all sad.
Very good, Mike. Hey, Mike, this is Jim, man. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being on the show and sharing your story.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And, quick question that I have. You mentioned that once you kind of accepted to go into some PTSD treatment, you already had a sense of relief. A question that I have is, did it take you a while to have that acceptance, or did it take you a while to admit to that treatment?
Oh, for sure. At the time I was married and I had a little girl and a wife at home. No grown man wants to leave their job and admit that they have a problem, something that might need a little bit of help. But, I did that. It was hard. I had said no to it a handful of times, and I just had gotten tired of the VA putting me on all kinds of different medications, really. I felt like a ghost half the time, like I couldn't smile and couldn't be sad. And so the most amazing thing happened. I stopped taking that that stuff. And then I started doing the gratitude list and praying every day, and I go to church now. And, I have a purpose. I feel like I can help a lot of people with my music, and especially a lot of veterans. I have actually some pretty cool veteran songs that I'll have to get over to you guys. But yeah, it was tough for a while. It's not as tough now. I'm not really ashamed of any part of my past. It's in the past. I make sure not to bring it in the future. I'll just learn from it and hit every day with a smile. And man, that gratitude list sure helps to put things in perspective and realize how lucky that I am. I have my music on there too. Every day I do my voice. I'm thankful for my voice, and it's a good sense. Good place to be at.
Yeah, very good. I love, the techniques that you use and the behaviors that you have made habit that you own now. The reason why we do this show, I'm sure Paul shared with you, is we want to share some of these techniques and we want to share these stories to help other people. So I hope that the people are listening. If they haven't tried a gratitude list, I absolutely love that method. Was there any one particular thing that happened that said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the treatment that I need?
Not really one specific thing. I had been out of the VA. Out of the VA several times, going through their psych ward. For a few times, I had to go in there and get a little help. And I told them, I don't want to feel like this. There's no really in particular reason I should still feel like this. I'm tired of taking things forward, and I need some help. And so they suggested that I do the PTSD program, and I really wasn't too keen on talking to a therapist about all of the things that bothered me, but it ended up being one of the best things. I would suggest it for any veteran really going through this, because it feels like a lot. It can feel like a whole burden of things. I lost a few buddies over there, and I even traded places with a good friend of mine one day, and he went on patrol, and he didn't ever make it back. And so I kind of dealt with that in the wrong ways for a long time. But I don't now. He's on my list of people that I think about all the time and wish happiness to. But it's just all a matter of how you deal with it. Whether you say you're right or whether you say you're wrong, you're right either way.
Yeah, I agreed, man. I'm again sorry for your loss on that one. That's got to be tough, and something to live with. But one of the things that we kind of stress, is obviously leaving the past behind you and dealing with your pain as opposed to just holding it in, because that's when it just haunts you forever. You have to face it one-on-one. And you took that step, you made that choice to go and get help. Through counseling, you also made that step to go into Cumberland, and in my experience, you're always kind of the last person to realize. You know that you're suffering, but you're the last person to realize you need to go. Did you have people around you that were, encouraging you to get help or go into treatment or meet with counselors?
For sure. I have the best family on the planet. I'm sure everybody says that, but I do. My mother and father are great. My father's actually retired from the Marines as well. Both my grandparents were in. One of my grandparents was an 06 in the Navy. He was basically a colonel in the Navy. He was a captain in the Navy at 06, but he was in for like 32 years. So all my family is big in military, and they want the best for you. They want you to be happy. So I got a lot of encouragement, actually. It was really just me that was reluctant to go and leave my job and leave my family for a while, but luckily everything worked out. I got to keep my job. I got to go get some help. I actually wrote the Saliva song breakdown in the PTSD program with a guy from Germany that was in the Army that had to come here back to the States to get some help because his PTSD was really bad. So he kind of lived down the hall from me. And he had a guitar out one day, and he was just playing. And I said, "Man, we should ride as long as we're stuck here." And he said, "Well, where's your guitar?" And so I called my wife. I said, "Hey, you need to bring my guitar down to me so I can write some music in here."
Hey, Mike, it's Chris. I was kind of curious. I know you said that once you got back from being deployed, you bought a motorcycle and had your accident. Um, were you having the PTSD problems before the accident, or do you think that helped like trigger it because there you were kind of well, I guess kind of to a certain point flat on your back and it couldn't do anything. So did that like make it? I would assume that kind of made it worse.
I was so fresh out of the Marine Corps. I was so fresh out of the Marine.
Did we lose you?
Oh, can you hear me? I'm here.
I got you. I thought we were gonna make a public service announcement. We have lost Mike Allen, but you're back. Okay, good.
No,
All right,
here.
continue.
Yeah. So when I get back, I don't think I really ever really knew what to look for, as far as signs. I was just really young, in my younger 20s, 22, 23, and just living fast. I got home, and it's weird because to go from a place like Fallujah in 2004, which when I was there, it was the worst place in the world, according to CNN, but it was just a trip, man, just to be in that kind of environment after, coming from a college and stuff, it was just, it was a crazy experience. When I got home, I don't feel like I really knew what to look for. I just lived as fast as I could and as hard as I could, really. I came back with a lot of money and spent most of that pretty quick, and bought a truck and clothes and a motorcycle and just kind of lived it up for a while because I was so just glad to be alive, I think. And after I broke my neck and my back, a lot of those issues that I never dealt with, they kind of definitely came creeping in once all the pain medication came. That stuff just makes everything worse and compounds every issue. And so I just kept wondering why, I couldn't break that cycle. I felt like such a good person that just couldn't break that cycle. I just kept feeling sorry for myself and, using the fact that some doctor, when you break your neck, will give you a prescription of that and then you can justify it because somebody legally gives it to you. But really, I feel better. My neck feels better since I've got off that stuff for 6 years now, than it ever did when I was on any of that. And so I don't know. I'm glad for all the people in my life. The VA is actually really taking care of me. Other than the issues with the ECT treatment, besides that, I get pretty good treatment from them. I'm definitely grateful for all the doctors and people that have helped me along the way.
Very good, Mike. And just to sum up, some of the stuff that you shared, and I think it's important to clarify, acceptance was helpful for you. I love your habitual gratitude list. Waking up every morning, it's the first thing that you do. You mentioned that therapy was really helpful, and the fact that you are part of the community and have other people that you can share your story with and help other people as well. Anything else that you want to share to somebody that may be going through something similar?
Oh, yeah, actually, just try it for 30 days, get a calendar, hit your knees every morning.
Uh-oh.
Do your gratitude list, 5 things every morning as soon as your eyes open, hit your knees, pray for guidance and direction. And even if you don't know what you're praying to, just pray to the universe if you have to. I pray to God, but, it's not for everybody. And I'm not trying to change anybody's mind, but I just really try to tell everyone that I care about and everyone that I know to literally make happiness a habit. It's 5 things. It's super simple. 5 things. As soon as you wake up, and it'll really change your life. It's crazy.
Awesome, Mike. Thank you. And I think I missed the most important one, and that's praying to God. So thank you for reminding us of that.
Yes, sir.
Mike, one thing I always tell people, and when it comes to being grateful and stuff, is whenever I hear people kind of complaining or down on themselves, is you always got to look at the big picture because it could always be worse. And that's one of the big things. I stress that to even the people that come in our tent and buy stuff. And they start telling us their stories. Like, well, look where you're at now. You're here. You're talking to me. it could be worse. You couldn't be here. You could be back to where you were at. And you're sharing your story with me, and I share their stories with other people. When they come into the tent. So we really appreciate you. Sharing your story with us and giving other people some helpful ideas on how to move forward. Because I'm a firm believer also that getting a routine down makes things a lot easier. The old saying is if you can do it for 21 days, then you're locked in. And that's whether it be going for a walk, for a run, the gym, or getting on your knees and praying and doing what you're suggesting is. So that's great advice.
There's a lot of little things that I picked up along the way that really helped me. Nolan, my old roommate, that's kind of how I met Paul. Is he would put all these little positive affirmations around the house everywhere, little sticky notes, and in the bathroom he had one above the toilet, and it said, "Be grateful you can even stand up to pee." For some people in wheelchairs today, and so it's just little funny things like that. But a little positive affirmation, kind of like little Tony Robbins thing, like I am great, I'm pretty awesome. But it's a lot of things, man. It took me a long time. I wish somebody would have told me all these things when I was younger and told me a little bit about just some positive thinking and some proactive things to do, to keep mentally strong,
Yeah, 100%, man. Well, we're probably going to start wrapping up here. Again, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We appreciate it and spreading your message of hope, and that, no matter how down you are or what's going on, there is help out there. Reach out for help. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. It's a sign of courage, not a sign of weakness. So I commend you on that. Thank you again for everything you did for our country, and congratulations on everything you're doing now and your music as well. Continue to do that. I know for me that's an outlet. That's how I speak. I'm a pretty quiet person normally, but I definitely like to speak through music. I'm sure you're the same way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah. So we're gonna play.
I actually have one. I actually have one on my YouTube channel that's called Better Days. It's kind of the new style, the positive thinking material. But it's super good. It's a happy song. You should check it out.
Well, which one do you want us to share? We'll make it your choice, because I was gonna share the new one, In the Shadows.
Yeah, share the new one. Share the new one. The other one's just an acoustic. It's just kind of a YouTube video, but I'm still working on getting a demo for that one.
All right, cool, man. Well, without any further ado, thanks for tuning in this week. We'll be back next Monday evening, same bat channel, same bat time, same bat place with my partners in crime. So tune in. And this is Mike Allen, In the Shadows. See you guys next week. And welcome back to the Demons Behind Me radio show. We are all here recovering from our Thanksgiving food comas as we speak. I'm still halfway dead. I just woke up from a nap. I'm an old man, so I take naps daily. But I'm joined by, as always, my partners in crime. I got Chris and Jim here. How you guys doing? How's Thanksgiving? Everything good?
Doing good. Got to spend some good time with the family. Need to hit the treadmill pretty hard the rest of the week.
Yeah, man. Tryptophan's no joke.
Tryptophan will put you to sleep.
Night.
I can blame it on that now, but every other day I'm like, I'm just lazy, I guess. I just take that.
Tryptophan.
Yeah, okay.
Lasts for a couple months.
Oh, it lasts for a couple months?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I have turkey like every couple months, so I'm going to blame it on that.